Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Color X Malice in Sedaishi's Route. And we're in chapter 6. This is the last chapter. And then we get our ending. And then we have to do we have one more bad ending coming up in this. And then we have two bad endings that we have to do. So yeah, we get one more bad ending in this chapter. And then two other bad endings that we can't do until we go back through. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry I'm late. I'm back. Seems like everything went as expected out there today. Yes, where's Kazuki? He's goofing off with Mineo in the back. They're listening to some band's music. I see. Did anything happen over here? The two idiots are too loud. Sorry. There's nothing so far. Someone suspicious comes along. Plan on using those two to my advantage. As Sasuzuka said offensive things, his fingers clicked away at the keyboard. I so love him. He's so grumpy. I'm sure he has a plan, but he wouldn't reveal it while the caller was reporting everything. We're going to be living here starting today, but is there anywhere for her to sleep? Although Shino's siblings can use my bed in Enomoto's, we can just use the sofa. Wait, I'd feel bad. Save your breath, stupid cat. You might not look it, but you're still a woman. Yanagi won't allow you to sleep out in the open. You might not look it, but you're still a woman. You fucking love us, Sasuzuka. Shut up. But if you're on edge all day, you must be tired. You should get some rest. Yes, thank you. Yanagi must be taking into account my collar and my situation. He's quite considerate. Sasuzuka may say harsh things, but he also agreed to allow both Kazuki and I to inconvenience him and stay at the office. He doesn't live here, though, so... At first, they were scary people to me, but with them on my side, I felt like I had worthy allies. Someone's gonna... That futon is looks so small. Doesn't look wide enough for a tall person. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you, but I talked to them about the Christmas party yesterday, and then they... I heard Hoshino! The great Mineo here already got the tree. He may have brought it. He must have bought it as soon as he heard. Enomoto brought out the tree with a smile. Kazuki shot him a disgusted look. I think it's drab around here, so I bought it. But Yanagi and Takeru weren't really interested. Mineo, you do seem to be the most immature out of everyone here. Hey, Kazuki, there are some things that you really need to learn to keep to yourself. For the brother of the stupid cat, he's observant. Hey, don't agree with him. Defend me. You wear an eye patch because you think it looks cool. As far as I'm concerned, you've lost our right to say anything about maturity. You sure are the idiot game's champion. You win again this year. Congratulations. I've never joined the competition, and they don't exist. Yeah, they do. They divide up all the categories to see who's the stupidest, and you won them all. Fucking love him. If I'm stupid, then you're a donut addict. You win all the dessert addict Olympics. Supposing that those did exist, that's not even an insult. And I'm not stupid. Unlike your antisocial behavior, I use humor to put everyone at ease. Hey, Spacey, you sure you want to depend on these people? It'll be fine. They may not look it, but they're all really capable people. I don't blame Kazuki. I don't blame Kazuki for doubting them, since he doesn't know them like I do. You and Enomoto seem to have become friends already. You sure you aren't bothering him? I'm not. It's all a huge pain, but I don't want to be a drag on you by becoming a hostage. The tree should be good for now. Now all that's left is the cake and cooking. What was that sound? Seriously, what is that sound? Kazuki and I froze up, but the other three gathered around Sasuzuka's computer. It scares me, because it's like, what is it? We already made preparations after deciding to shelter you here. We placed traps all around the office, and one of them was just tripped. Seems like we found ourselves an idiot. Now let's take a look at who it is. Okazaki. If it's Adonis, it might be someone who has a collar placed on them. I also walked up to the computer and looked at the person on the screen. Told you it was Okazaki. Isn't that Okazaki? Seeing Okazaki's typical aloof self rendered everyone here speechless. What? You know him? Damn it. False alarm. This is one of the few times I completely agreed with Sasazuka's negative remark. Don't let your guard down because it's Okazaki. Any other people in the area? The sensor isn't picking up anyone else in that area. Okazaki is a persistent one, and he's got a way of finding out of place things. We don't want to arouse his suspicions. For now, we should act normally. After nodding at Sadaishi's remark, we heard someone come up the stairs. And not too long after... Hey! Detective office people! Everyone was taken aback from Okazaki's relaxed voice. While that was going on, Enomoto opened the door and let Okazaki in. Oh! You're not pretending you're not home? I wish you'd welcome me like this all the time. We're not welcoming you. We just don't want you hanging around outside. Whatever the reason. Thanks for letting me in. Oh, she's here today. Our eyes met and Okazaki gives a big smile. His gaze shifts over to the right of me. Oh, I don't recognize this one. A new guest? Oh, he's my little brother. I see. This might just be perfect timing. Okazaki took out a bag from behind and stuck his hand inside. What is that bag? Oh god, yeah. But the music is not dramatic, so... And it's Okazaki. This brown paper bag that he suddenly produced made me feel uneasy. It's not something dangerous, is it? Too bad. Bad luck for you, I'm afraid. Okazaki took out a thing in the bag and pointed it straight at me. Oh, God. Here! Habanero-flavored natto. Huh? I looked at what he's holding, and it was just a snack food item. And for the little brother, ta-da! You get the maple wasabi-flavored version. I accepted the snacks while still feeling confused, and Okazaki turned his head. Why do you have that look on your face? You don't like these snacks? No, I do. Thank you. Okazaki, you never change, huh? I feel relief and also a bit weak in the knees. So, why is everyone on edge today? That's, you know... You gave Oshino a gift, and you didn't bring anything for us. Kinda jealous about that. Enomoto tried to play things off in an attempt to deflect the situation, but everyone's eyes were shifty. Uh-huh. So you planning on doing something dangerous? Okazaki, you say the strangest things. We're all enjoying a little chat here, so we were just disappointed at being interrupted. Sadaishi candidly made a sarcastic comment against him, but Okazaki didn't seem to mind one bit and just remarked to himself, I guess so. Oh, so you'll just agree to it. By the way, how's it going with you? You look more tired than usual. Are you getting enough sleep? I'm sleeping just fine. Oh, but I was surrounded by stray cats, so I was kind of surprised when I woke up. You were sleeping outdoors again, and that's why you don't feel rested. Again? He sleeps outside all the time? Oh, speaking of which, number 13 had your eye mask in its mouth. You must be slacking if a cat's stealing from you. I chased after it, but it got away. But it's okay. I got a spare. I'm not sure that's the problem. You need to sleep in a proper bed, or you won't be rested enough to do your job. Sadaishi talked like he always did to Okazaki, while maintaining his cool. It's fucking Sadaishi. He's really good at this, because he's hiding some kind of shit. Okazaki tilted his head with a blank look on his face, and didn't seem to be listening to us. For some reason, he abruptly turned to look at me and smiled. Huh? What's going on? Lack of sleep weakens your mental acuity. It also interferes with your hormonal secretions, and is deleterious? What? Okay, anyway. Effects on your internal organs. Plus, your face looks tired, so you should go home for tonight and get some rest. If something's bothering you, come back tomorrow. can come tomorrow? Then maybe I'll just do that. He turned to me again and smiled. After saying that, Okazaki briskly exited the office. Unlike someone here, Saraishi's useful in a pinch. Well, excuse me. I did try my best to be tactful. Yeah, I sensed how desperate you were. If this happens again, you need to be quiet. Sure, I'll be careful. Enomoto looked down and it made me feel sorry for him. Poor Enomoto. It's rare for him to go with the flow. Huh? But it made him suspect us more. What do you mean? Okazaki has a nose for these things. He knew right away that the state of high alert had something to do with you. Huh? I should have thought through what to say. Whatever. He's not the enemy anyway. Are you positive about that? I mean, we did date him and we've gone through his path, but I'm still not sure about him. For now, yes. I've already checked his background. You don't have to be too worried. What exactly did he check? But if Sadaishi's sure of it, there really is no need for me to be wary. At least for now. I can trust Sadaishi's reasons. So, what were we talking about? Oh, Christmas! And the cake and cooking. We talked about making everything from scratch. Yanagi said he'd help out. She should all be thankful. Why is Enomoto so proud? Say, you sure you should be talking about some Christmas party right now? In 2 days, Adonis will... Those are mutually exclusive events. You're invited, so don't sulk. Huh? I'm not sulking. Besides, I'm not interested in some stupid party. Don't say that! That hurts people who are looking forward to it. He even bought a tree, so Enomoto's probably looking forward to it the most. Kazuki must have sensed that, and he kept quieter afterwards. If we survive for 2 more days, that party you wished for will come true. Yeah, it's nice to have something to look forward to. Yeah. Sadaishi? Oh, sorry. Speaking of which, I haven't gotten you a present. In order to complete the party, I'll have to pick out the best present. When I saw a smile on Sadaishi's face, it made me happy too. I should pick out a present that Sadaishi would like too. It's getting late. After that, we all got ready to go to bed. I felt uneasy at first, but there's so many dependable allies here. I was feeling relief and gratitude as I climbed into bed. I quietly browsed on my cell phone looking for a present, but I fell asleep in the middle of it. Something cat-related. Get him a cat! Oh no. Oh god, Sadaishi, don't do this to me. After watching her fall asleep, I talked to everyone else before going outside. It's more interesting to have a surprise for the present. I already know what to give. I took out my phone to make a call. Yes? Just as you said, there were no openings. The others on watch, so I couldn't make a move. You must fight force with force of your own. Don't you have a dream you want to realize? True. And to do that, I don't care what's sacrificed. I'll grant that dream no matter what. Very well. Then let's see you put it into action. Are you sure you're fine with this? Is this what you really want? Getting cold feet? This is also what you want. You who bear the title God Killer. What? The power that you're seeking, I can share it with you. The rebirth of the world to you is everything. So I'm trying to remove the evil threatening you. So it does sound like he's talking to Adonis. It absolutely does, but I'm just waiting for the Sadaishi, what the fuck? And I assume that sacrifice is necessary. That's what you want, right? Yes, there's no need for personal sentiment. I have a duty to fulfill. I'll change this nation. That's the only pledge I have to keep until today. And now, fulfilling that pledge is my only wish. I see. You're still hesitating. Are you concerned that her collar can't be removed? There's only one way to remove her collar. And is that really the truth? Even if we're not, it's not the only option. That is the only option you have right now. In either case, you're the one who pushed for my decision. It is troubling to have you waver due to unnecessary complications. I've chosen this path with my resolve and conviction. I know that. I don't think you'll betray me. It can't be helped. We've strayed from the path already. In order to make the world a better place, please help me once more. Fine. And we'll put the plan into action. Let us strive for true rebirth. Yeah, this time, I won't make the same mistake. This is what the last 10 years was for. And this is the answer I've found. I'm so confused. Tsuraishi, you're gonna rip my fuck. I don't even. According to the letter sent to the police, the names of the executives of Adonis are written on it. The police have taken into custody all of the suspects and are starting their investigation. I opened my eyes to the sound of the TV and heard someone talking. Arrested at this timing? I don't get it. Sasuzuka. I walk past Kazuki, who was still asleep, and go to the room with the TV. You finally awake, stupid cat. You sure are relaxed. Sorry, what happened? I looked at the TV and saw the words, all Adonis executives have been captured. So I'm assuming Tsuraishi had something to do with that. But that makes it interesting. So, I'm curious to who he's talking to and what exactly they're talking about. It sounds like he's talking to Adonis, talking about the rebirth. But then again, it's like, were they talking about taking down? What is going on? I'm so confused. I love it. What? A whistleblower turned in the Adonis executives. Politicians, members of the Tiet, actors. So many of them were big names. The person who put this collar on me might have been caught too? It's possible, but we don't know that person's name, face, or voice, so we can't be sure. Either way, this is the first time the X-Day cases have gotten such a break. If the police announce that they've made progress on the incident, things might change. Does that mean... You can even go so far as to say that the quarantine of Shinjuku can be lifted. I don't know what led to the whistleblowing, but there was no doubt that the citizens of Shinjuku would soon return to their everyday lives, and this development was one giant step towards it. Only the executives were caught, but a lot of the remaining members are still on the loose. We can't let our guard down yet. Even so, this news is going to give a lot of people hope. They'll be freed from this oppressive way of life and return to their usual routines. Of course, I don't think that everything will change immediately, and that's all the more reason to be wary of our future. I'm also concerned because, like, I can't imagine, even though it makes him sound totally suspicious, like he's talking to Adonis, but then this happens and you're like, maybe not, I don't know. I keep wanting to not believe he's dealing with Adonis, because if he does, then that means, like, when you go down Yanagi's path, like, Tsunaishi's bad, we can't trust him, and I don't want it to be that way. I don't want it to be like, unless they're all part of it. Like, you know, and then you're like, ah! You know what I mean? But I can't imagine... Oh, and this game can't do the fucking... You can't pull a 7 Scarlet on me and, like, the good ending sucks dick. You can't do that to me. I will be so fucking pissed. I can't. Especially because it's Tsuraishi and I fucking love him. So anyway. Of course. Well, you can't be optimistic with just this information. I'll try to get more information on the captured executives. There seems to be a lot of them. So I'll see what I can get from my own leads. Then go buy some donuts. I'm just an errand boy. If you can't think of anything to do, then be useful that way. I can go to my old colleagues at Field Ops and get info on the whistleblower. Maybe. Fine. Then buy Yanagi's share of the onigiri, too. Why am I still the errand boy? They never change. When we go to work, I get the feeling they'll give us tasks that are Adonis-related. Yeah, let's do our best, Tsuraishi. Afterwards, I made breakfast with Yanagi, woke Kazuki up, and the 6 of us ate together. Even in the midst of the incident, our little group was able to eat a meal together. Couldn't even imagine doing that a month ago. I had no idea what may happen from this point onward. But I had a family I want to protect and friends that want to protect me, too. And there was someone I loved who I wanted to spend my future with. Spacey Hoshino isn't alone. That felt very reassuring to me. Oh, I'm concerned about the caller, though. When I returned to when I entered the station, there were people running around and the phones were ringing incessantly. I thought I was mentally prepared for this, but it's super busy. At this rate, we'll need to do overtime. But you've got even more on your plate. No, this is my job. When I'm ready to go, I'll give you a call. Let's go our separate ways here. Oh, wait. He grabbed my arm, so I turned around and Sadaishi was staring right at me, CG. Damn it. Sadaishi, I wish that you'll always be yourself. I wish that you will always be yourself. Don't forget that. My eyes widened at his unexpected words. What's gone into you all of a sudden? Don't you leave me! I just felt like saying it. Surprised. And not only that, I felt a strange sensation. Like a chill run down my spine. It's like you're saying goodbye to me. Don't do this. I don't know how to express it. This feeling was similar to when Sadaishi pushed me away. Why are you zoning out? Sadaishi. I looked straight at Sadaishi so that I didn't lose this feeling, but his expression was the same as it ever was. His usual unchanging smile. Considering all the commotion, you'd better go soon, or your boss is going to cry. His voice was also the same as it always was. Maybe I'm getting too worried. All the worries from earlier felt like they were gradually dissipating. Yeah, I'll see you tonight. Yeah, bye. Well, bye-bye. 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 So adorable. I ran up the stairs and quickly changed into my uniform. I don't feel good about this. I fired myself up before heading to SRCPO. After sitting down at my desk, I noticed Mochita sitting down, taking a call, receiver in his hand. Yes, regarding that, it's currently under investigation. Huh? Yes, I've heard of it. We'll announce it once the investigation is complete, so please just be patient. I waited for Mochita to put down the receiver before calling out to him. Mochita! Hey, Oshino, did you see the news this morning? Yes, are all these calls about it? Everyone is itching for more information. I keep telling them that we're not holding anything back, but they don't believe me. We keep getting the same type of calls, so I put in an automated message in the system and redirected them to voicemail. Even if we get information that needs an immediate response, we can't function like this. It'll just be a while until it switches. Until then, Special Preventions has to cope. Usually, other members of Special Preventions would be helping at crime scenes or on patrol, but everyone was in front of a phone today. For now, we'll deal with every single call we can. Consider yourself included. Yes, sir. I nodded and quickly reached for a ringing phone. Hello, Special Regions Crime Prevention Office. Among the people who called in were press people and other media reporters. I was made keenly aware just how much the public were interested in the mass arrest of Adonis. After we switched on the system, we got a report. Wow, just apologizing to the complainants is hard work, but making explanations like this is too. I knew that Adonis was a very big organization. There are quite a few famous people among their executives. I'm shocked because there's no way to link them to Adonis previously, but at the same time, I'm convinced. They could only evade the investigation for this long because they had so much influence. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard this by now too, but the perpetrators who committed the crimes had their memories erased by Adonis. Even with their leaders caught, you have to get the guy at the top or the incidents aren't going to stop. It's like cutting off a lizard's tail. It's tough. Yeah. I wonder how Shion and Suzude are doing. Even with their memories erased, it didn't change the fact that they'd committed crimes. They finally connected emotionally with Takeuchi and were ready to atone for their crimes. Forgetting isn't always salvation. I felt that it was difficult to ignore the justice that Adonis doles out logically. With their methods would just create different types of victims like this. Mochita, sorry for the sudden imposition, but can we get a few people from Special Preventions? Someone rushed into the office. I think that was a Division 1 investigator that was with Morioka. I don't mind. Has there been a crime? Yeah, a police officer was murdered at Shinjuku Garden. Shinjuku Garden? Could it be another one related to Adonis? I let that slip before coming to my senses. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It's fine. Oh, we found the usual Roman numeral and coin. There's no mistake that it's Adonis related. Normally we deal with it on our own, but with the mass arrest this morning, we're short-handed. Can I ask for your cooperation? Of course. Hoshino, let's go. Yeah. Uh-oh. We hurried to the scene and quickly started providing crowd control, but there were just so many people there. The mass arrest, combined with yet another incident, sparked the people's interest. When Shinjuku was newly quarantined, people would avoid the incident sites out of fear. I wonder if this is the mole. They must have gotten desensitized by it now. That site seemed abnormal to me. Hoshino, they're fine. Let's head back. Yeah. They murdered a police officer with their gun. It's not supposed to be revenge for the arrests. Adonis has always wanted to highlight crimes that made the police look bad in some way, shape, or form. We talked about those things, and I saw a familiar silhouette out of the corner of my eye. Huh? Sadaishi. Because he was across the street, Sadaishi didn't notice me as he strode off. What's wrong, Hoshino? Nothing. It wasn't odd for a profiler to receive an order from Investigations HQ to go to the crime scene. I'm sorry, it's nothing. He might have gone to Shinjuku Garden where the incident took place. Sadaishi has so much to do. I better work hard too. I motivated myself to do better and followed after Mochida. Something shady's going down. Something shady's going down. We only have one thing to do in this chapter, and that is another trigger mode. And it's just... I don't know what happens to lead to the statement she says when we have to save, but after returning to the station, I looked through the emails that someone else had filtered and wrote a report on them. There were a lot more than usual, so it took quite a bit of time. I confirmed that there were no mistakes and took the documents to Mochida. Mochida, please look over these. Yeah, hold on. I watched him look through the documents as I turned my attention to the clock. It's already past 9. I wonder if Sadaishi's work calmed down yet. Yeah, looks alright. Should be good. You can go home for today, Hoshino. Thank you. Before I get changed, I better give Sadaishi a heads up. I sent a message saying that I'd finished work and headed to the changing room. After getting changed, I picked up my cell phone to take a look. No response. He must be busy with work. She's going to go and find out he's gone. He hasn't come back. Unlike SRCPO, Field Ops support was a small team. When incidents occur like today, I was sure they got really busy. Hello? Oh, Mukai, this is Hoshino. Hoshino! I was just about to head over to where you were. Huh? I thought the director went to your area, but considering how you sound, I'm guessing that's not the case. Yeah, ever since we parted ways this morning, I haven't seen Sadaishi. I saw him in the commercial district earlier, so I thought he was going to a crime scene. He did say he was going to the investigation, but he hasn't come back since. He got kidnapped. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I tried calling, but he's either turned off his phone or he's not answering. I have no idea where he could be. Sadaishi has a tendency to get tunnel vision when he finds something that interests him. He might have found something at the scene and he's intently studying it. You understand the Chief's bad habits. You impress me, Hoshino. The most annoying thing is that those habits lead to solving mysteries, so none of us can complain. But we have a pile of work left to do. He needs to be more considerate of us. I agree. Hoshino, if you see the director, tie a rope around his neck and drag him back here. Maybe not a rope, but I'll tell him to come back. After I parted ways with Mukai, I checked my phone again, but I still hadn't gotten any response from Sadaishi. The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. The phone you're trying to reach may not have reception or may not be turned on. She's right. He must really be concentrating. No, because you wouldn't get his phones turned off. I can't go back alone, so I should ask Yanagi what to do. I called Yanagi and explained the situation, and he said he'd send Enomoto. Enomoto really is the errand boy. Hey, Yoshino. Did you wait long? Not at all. Thank you for coming. I hope Sadaishi doesn't focus too hard on the investigation and ends up going overboard. While still worried about Sadaishi, I headed back to the office with Enomoto. Even after returning to the office, Sadaishi still had not responded. He was so worried recently, and now he's not even responding. I wonder if he's just really focused on the investigation. I should have said something when I saw Sadaishi back then. While restless and worried, my phone suddenly vibrated in my hand. Sadaishi? It's not. Oh, it's Mukai. I felt embarrassed for jumping to conclusions. Calmed myself down and then answered the phone. Hello, this is Hoshino. Hoshino, hear anything from the director yet? No, he hasn't responded since I sent him a message right before I left the station. I see. You were with him until the morning, right? And did you happen to notice anything strange about him then? Huh? What's the matter, Mukai? Did something happen? Hoshino, please stay calm as you hear this. And there was a murder earlier on the sidewalk of Block 1 of Kabukicho. Oh. Because they talked about 10 years ago, and wasn't 10 years ago, was that when, and I was wondering if that was when the whole thing with the Prime Minister happened, remember? Because he took down Adonis, so I'm wondering if, I was starting to wonder when he kept saying 10 years ago, I was like, I'm wondering if that was, because they said Sadaishi solved that case, right? So I was wondering if that's who, because we know Mukuni was part of Adonis, and I was wondering if that's who Sadaishi was talking to. So now I'm wondering, really, if that was who Sadaishi was talking to, and he fucking killed him. Sadaishi, what the fuck? Sadaishi, you couldn't do that. The victim is the Prime Minister's son, Rai Mikuni. He was stabbed in the heart with a knife, and he died almost instantly. Does that mean Adonis made their move? No. According to the murder weapon, eyewitness testimonies, and the security camera footage, the perpetrator is... It's highly likely it was Kageyuki Sadaishi. Huh? I couldn't understand what she was saying. My mind just went blank. The perpetrator... What is she saying? What are you saying? Mukai, please don't joke about these things. I'm not joking. Hoshino, at the station, it's already... That's not possible. This has to be some kind of mistake. Hoshino, what's wrong? Noticing that something was obviously amiss, Yanagi called out to me. Sadaishi is... I couldn't find any words after that. I still couldn't come to terms with what Mukai had told me. Yanagi, this... Sasuzuka showed the screen of his laptop to Yanagi. Anamoto and Kazuki also peered in. What is this? Witnessed? Murder? The footage of Rei Mikuni getting stabbed is being spread all over social media. And the silhouette here. It's Sadaishi. What? You're talking crazy. When Enomoto saw the picture on the screen, he was forced to come to terms with the fact that this was true. What's going on? Hoshino, who are you with? Well, I'm with Yanagi. No, I'm in the building that Sadaishi frequently visits. I see. I'm glad to know you're not alone. There were rumors about you and the director, so I think you're going to be questioned. You'll probably be seeing someone very soon. Sasuzuka noticed something and tapped a few keys and showed us his screen. Oh my god. It's footage from outside the office? Oh god. There was a car stopped outside and a man in a suit and a couple police officers exiting. It's Minagishi at Division 1. And he come here for some questioning. He's a big shot rising up the ranks fast. He's also in charge of the X-Day investigations. There's only one reason why he'd come personally. This visit is obviously related to the incident with Sadaishi. But... I hesitated to tell you, but I can't stay quiet about this. Hoshino, please stay strong. I'm here anytime you need me. Thank you. Right now, I still don't know what's going on. I'll call you once things calm down. I hung up the phone, but everything that just happened still doesn't seem real. Sadaishi wouldn't commit murder? This had to be some kind of mistake. How are we gonna get away with this? If he murdered someone, like, how are we gonna get out? Oh god. But if he were dragged into the incident for some reason, I was worried about how he's doing, and the worries just continued to build up inside. This isn't the way you get, like, this isn't, oh my god. I still hadn't gathered my thoughts, but there was already a knock on the door, and Yanagi answered I'm like fucking so tense right now, like, shh, we need to know what happened! It's been a while, Yanagi. I didn't think I'd ever come visit you like this. You seem to be doing well. Cut the chit-chat. You're here to ask about the incident Sadaishi is suspected of committing, right? Oh, word gets out fast. I've heard that he frequents this place, so I thought you might know something. May I come in? Sure. Saiji Minagishi. We already know you. We know you, Minagishi. It's cool. Oh, she's here too. How convenient. My name is Seiji. Seiji Minagishi. I'm Division 1. Nice to meet you. I'm with the Special Regional... Spacey Hoshino of Special Preventions, I presume. I've heard you were with Saraishi and conducted the investigation that led to solving the September and October X-Day cases. Did you notice anything suspicious about Saraishi recently? Nothing. I still don't believe that Saraishi is the one who committed this crime. I don't know where you may have gotten your information for the case, but there's no denying that he's the murderer. After leaving the Shinjuku Police Department this afternoon, he went to Kabukicho to kill Mikuni, and the security footage is proof of that. Normally, I wouldn't say something like this, but I am under the direct orders of the police chief. If you're assisting him in some way, it'll ruin your career. I have no intention of doing that. I really don't know anything. Minagishi, she hasn't been able to contact Saraishi, so she came here looking for help. I don't assume that she's part of the incident. Then what about everyone else here? Nothing to say. Beats me. He's like, fuck ever. Man, barely even said anything to that guy. I like how he's like, I only came here to be protected, and now I'm in the middle of a murder investigation. Yanagi, seeing you like that, it appears that you didn't notice anything either. Or rather, you have no intention of telling me. It's a great help to us just to know that your relationship with Kageyuki Saraishi runs deeper than we initially thought. With Shinjuku being quarantined, he doesn't have anywhere he can run to. It's only a matter of time before he's caught. Not true, he can get out. We'll assume there's a higher chance he'll try to make contact with you and increase patrols in this area. Now, if you'll excuse me. Minagishi, I like you, but now you're in a deck. After Minagishi left, the tension in the room seemed to vanish instantly. You look pale. You all right? Yeah. This has to be a mistake, right? Saraishi wouldn't murder... It's one thing if he was indirectly involved. There's hard physical evidence against him. However, the evidence seems way too obvious. When I talked to him on the phone, he didn't seem like he was all that bad of a guy. I guess you never can tell. The phone? Oh, wait. The phone? You knew Saraishi before you came to stay here. No. When this one here stayed out for the night, he called me and we talked. Stayed out for the night? Hoshino, But please don't misunderstand. I just fell asleep at his house because I was so relieved after solving the incident. That's what he said, too. He said that you were so serious-minded that you've been on edge the whole time. Huh? And with me, too. About you, Kazuki? He said that you cared about me, and I should be sure to take better care of you, too. Stuff like that. Aww. I thought he was a nosy guy then. It's weird for someone that kind of personality to go out and murder someone. See, Kazuki doesn't believe it either! I honestly don't want to believe it. It's hard to know what he's thinking. We're supposed to be partners. Setting aside motive and chain of events, I'm not convinced that he would do something like this so thoughtlessly. Saraishi had worked on solving murders for years. He wouldn't do this without a reason. You guys... Saraishi's a member of this office. We need to get to the bottom of this. Minagishi said they have security camera footage. Let's try and pinpoint the crime scene. Sasuzuka returned to his seat and started typing on his keyboard. Sasuzuka's going to be able to see that it was hacked. Can you find out the time of the incident? Easy. 3 minutes. Sasuzuka continued to stare at the screen while typing on his keyboard. But he soon looked up. Found him. It's Saraishi. On the screen of his computer, there was a cobblestone sidewalk and Saraishi standing there. Someone from the other side walked towards him while avoiding the crowd. I've seen him on the news before. He's Rei Mikuni, the Diet member. After noticing Mikuni, Saraishi also started walking towards him. It looked like they lightly bumped each other, but... Mikuni lost his footing and a knife was stuck into his chest. Saraishi remained motionless and simply stared down for a while. After a passerby screamed, he started to run from the scene. I don't think he bumped into him, but I wonder if, it looks suspicious, but it's like, there had to have been some other way that he wasn't actually like, Tsuraishi didn't do it, but he was probably like, wait a minute, why are you stabbed? Yeah, it wasn't definitive from this angle. Let's switch to another camera. He switched to a camera with a different angle, and we could see Tsudaishi's hands. Oh! The moment he bumped into Mikuni, Tsuraishi was holding onto the knife. That's enough. I couldn't bear to see anymore and looked down. Sasuzuka stopped the security camera footage without saying anything further. Sasuzuka, is there a possibility that this camera footage has been doctored? I'll check. Sasuzuka started up some kind of software and began analyzing the footage. There's no time to be in shock. I have to snap out of this. How are we gonna have a happy ending if he killed someone? I mean, Mikuni was a fucking member, a high-level member of Adonis, but, like, how the fuck are we gonna... It was self-defense! What? I mean, magically disappear all the footage? Sasuzuka's gonna delete it, and they're gonna be like, oh, who knows? My mind wanted to, but my heart just couldn't. I'm sure he has a good reason for it, and I'm thinking that Mikuni is the guy who was talking to on the phone, blah, 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 and whatever, has something to do with Tsuraishi being locked in some kind of fucking lab all of his life. But, I'm just guessing. I don't know. But I don't, how are we gonna, like, even if, like, it was self-defense, and, like, I had to how are you gonna, I mean, it doesn't look, and it's just, I don't know how we're gonna get out of this. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this fucking corner. We're pretty much in a cage right now, and I don't know how to get out. Oh, seeing the actual footage made me feel like my brain was breaking. But isn't this kind of weird? Even if Tsuraishi was after Mikuni's life, why would he do that in a busy street? I feel the same way. It's obviously careless. And with the weapon and footage, it almost seems like he purposely left the evidence behind. Also, Yanagi, the analysis is finished. No traces of it being doctored. Where could Tsuraishi be right now? I managed to ring out those words, but the foundations of my reality were crumbling. If we follow the cameras in the direction he ran off, we can find out where he's gone. But I'm sure the police already did that. While saying that, Sasuzuka tries to follow Tsudaishi's path. I stared at the screen intently. Very clearly showed the Tsuraishi that I knew well. Why did he do this? What happened? I had so many questions, but nobody could answer any of them. The camera managed to go all the way to the residential district before the footage stopped. I managed to glean some information. 2 years ago, Adonis had attempted to assassinate the Prime Minister. Oh, that was only 2 years ago. Okay, so security detail has gotten tighter since then. But on the day of his death, Rei Mikuni didn't have his security team with him. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Yanagi's words go in one ear and out the other. And then I hear a strange voice behind me. And that was by request of the person in question. Okazaki? Okazaki nonchalantly came in through the window. I mean, when you heard the sliding thing and you knew it was strange, you knew it was fucking Okazaki coming in the window because he's weird. As if he had been listening into our conversation the entire time. You're the guy from yesterday. How'd you get in here? It's the 5th floor. Thanks for that refreshing reaction. I use this all the time as a shortcut. I know, right? This is pretty much everyone's face when Okazaki shows up. You're like, the fuck, you weirdo. Okazaki said it so matter-of-factly that it left Kazuki speechless. Actually, what happened to the alarm? Why didn't it activate? Oh, it was too much trouble to avoid it yesterday, so I purposely tripped it. But you need to place more sensors to avoid leaving gaps in the outer wall. It's easy to avoid them like this. Thanks for the warning. And no one invited you here. What do you want? I wasn't invited, but Tsuraishi said I could come back tonight when I was here yesterday. And now that same Tsuraishi is wanted for the crime of murder. I just figured that everyone would be pretty worried. And you started talking about security teams, So I figured it was the right time to pop in. You said he didn't have his team with him because he wanted it that way? That's right. According to his security team, it was business as usual until the last minute. If he sent the bodyguards away, does that mean that he had made plans to meet with Sadaishi or something? Ever since the attempted assassination 2 years ago, Sadaishi contributed a lot to the arrests of high-level Adonis executives. The Prime Minister personally congratulated Sadaishi, and Rei Mikuni also attended, so we can be certain that they knew each other. And they continue to meet up with each other. They might not need to keep bodyguards close by. The motive is unknown, but if Mikuni wasn't feeling alarmed, then it wouldn't be all that difficult to murder him. Even if what Sadaishi did was a fact, he must have had his own reasons. But why now, of all times? Adonis would make contact tomorrow. Sadaishi had taken the initiative to protect me from them. So why would he do something like this at the worst possible time? Considering the knife, it was difficult to think that this was just an impulse killing. I have to switch my mindset. Yanagi is right. What's most important right now is to figure out the truth. I couldn't avert my eyes from reality if that was what I wanted to accomplish. Because the Prime Minister's son is the victim, Police Chief Takeda is taking over the case. All right, when the police were close to regaining their reputation because the Adonis executive arrests, and this happens. They seem like they're intent on putting out the fires. We're not getting any other information, so even I don't know the truth. But there is one thing bothering me. What's that? You guys here think that I'm just getting in the way, don't ya? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? That's not true, right? I looked to the other office members for their agreement, but nobody agreed. You guys! Well, that's the usual response, so it's fine. What I wanted to say is, direct or indirect, Sadaishi isn't the kind that would ever welcome me. And yet, he purposely said yesterday that I should come by today. If he was going to commit a crime, why would he tell me to come here today? Oh. What was Sadaishi thinking? Well, I'll come back if I find out anything. After saying that, Okazaki went back out the way he came in, through the window. Okazaki is right. Sadaishi specifically called him here tonight. If he had planned to commit the crime today, he knew he wouldn't be able to meet Okazaki here. So he knew that he wouldn't be present, and could it be that he specifically wanted Okazaki to come here in case Adonis tried to make contact? It was only a supposition, but it was a reason that seemed to make some sense. Considering Sadaishi's feelings for me, there was even less reason that he would have to commit this horrible crime. So, in the end, what reason could Sadaishi possibly have for committing this crime? Considering Sadaishi, it's more likely that he did this for Hoshino rather than himself. Huh? The night 2 days ago, when he told us that Adonis was after you, Sadaishi came over here and bowed to us, asking for our help. That surprised me, too. Until then, he'd expressed no interest in other people, so if his desire not to want to see you get harm manifested in the most extreme way. He killed Mikuni to protect the stupid cat here. That's his motive. His carelessness makes sense. Wait, I'm not worth all that. Why would killing Rei Mikuni somehow protect me? After the September and October X-Day incidents, Sadaishi knew full well where I drew the line. I could never approve of crossing. He has no common sense, does everything at his own pace, and he's a genius at stirring up trouble. I sensed some annoyance in his voice. Yanagi? I've known him for a while. There's still quite a lot I don't understand about him, but he'd never do something like this without a reason. The only thing we can do is find him before the police do, and hear him out. That's our only course of action. I had known him for a little while, but this was the first time I'd ever seen Yanagi so emotional. Yanagi, Enomoto, Sasazuka, even Okazaki, they're all worried about Sadaishi. They want to believe him. If Sadaishi was here, he'd probably say that's not true. It doesn't matter what Sadaishi thinks. If he's going to go and do this, then we'll pursue it our way. Our way. I'll gather information on the incident. The police chief has taken charge of this. That's not going to be easy. Be that as it may, I can't just sit around. We need all the information we can get. I need all of you to gather everything you can. They're not going to let me in the station. Who's directly involved with the incident and would talk to me? If Sakuragawa was assigned to do the field check, then she might be privy to information that I wouldn't be. I decided to take a chance on that and waited for Sakuragawa to pick up the phone. Hello, Sakuragawa! Oh, Sakuragawa. They forgot her. I was like, wait, what? This is Hoshino. There's a favor I'd like to ask. Calm down, Hoshino. I knew you'd be contacting me about Tadaishi. I'd love to help you, but that's not going to be possible this time. I see. So there's no information so there's information you can't release. Hey, it's not like that. We were only allowed to perform the most basic tests this time out. And they said the higher-ups would take over and told us to head back. To be honest, I'm pretty ticked about it. No, but there's one thing. There was something that I did notice that maybe I can tell you. What is it? Well, this might not be the best news for you, but do you still want to hear it? Yes, please tell me. Okay. All right. The cause of death in the murder of the Diet member, Ray Mikuni, was a single stab wound to the heart. It's not a simple amateur technique. An amateur would typically hit the ribs. That seemed quite unusual to me. Although, just because you're not used to it, that doesn't automatically mean you'd fail at it. Sadaishi only stabbed him once with the knife, right? Yeah, one stab with no hesitation or remorse. Who knows what happened between those two? There's so much I don't know, but why would Sadaishi go and do something like that? That's what I need to know. That's exactly like you. But what I do won't change. Yes, thank you for the information. We already knew that, though, so why is that? I hung up the phone and let out a sigh. Everyone but Sasazuka was making calls to gather information, but from the bits and pieces of their conversations, I can tell they're having trouble. Because the victim's a politician, the higher-ups must have tied the investigators' hands. I'm sure there was a political reason for the chief to take charge of this. Without information, it'll be quite difficult to find Sadaishi before the police do. His cell phone could be used to pinpoint his location, so I'm sure he'd already discarded it. There was no way for us to contact him. What can I do? Yoshino, I know you're worried about Sadaishi, but you need to rest. Inagi, but... Someone from Adonis is still planning to make contact with you tomorrow. That'd be stupid if you ended up caught out in an emergency because you hadn't slept. I understand. I'll leave you all to it then. I bowed and headed to the room next door. I sat down on the bed, but my mind was still racing with thoughts of Sadaishi. We promised to celebrate Christmas. Why? I clenched the strap on my cell phone and tried my best not to cry. Oh no. 1:08 p.m. Damn, it's been a long day. Only 5 hours left before Adonis's deadline. Inagi called me over and we sat across from each other. We don't fully know the reason why Adonis is after you. But if you were directly attacked, you're eligible to be placed in protective custody. I read the words Yanagi wrote down and nodded. I thought that there was nowhere to run, but the same goes for the others. If their motive was to take me to the organization, I would be cleared to fire my weapon out of self-defense. That information would be immediately transmitted to the police, and I'd be an attack victim. The perpetrator would be trapped in the building, and the police would be able to capture them. I'd be protected by the police as the victim. That was the last-ditch plan Yanagi told me about. But they can still poison me to death. I didn't know that not only did they set up security, but a way to imprison intruders, too. Sadaishi set it up prior to disappearing, and according to Sasazuka, it functioned correctly. Because Sadaishi caused the incident, the police have increased their patrols in the area. Entering the building would be one big trap. And if I go into protective custody, Adonis won't be able to make a move that easily, aside from killing me. One thing to worry about is that when the police put me in custody, the collar will be revealed. But I won't give in to their threats anymore. If they're trying to bring me to their side, it'd be a bad idea for them to kill me without reason. All I could do is remain strong and push through this challenge with my own will. I wish that you'll always be yourself. Don't forget that. I miss you so much. I remembered the words Sadaishi said to me. I believe those words came from his heart. I will do what I can right now. In order to meet Sadaishi and hear his side of the story, I needed to force Adonis back right now. Sadaishi, where are you? I didn't know where he is or what he's doing. I'm worried about that more than myself. As the sun descended, everyone was still gathering witness information on Sadaishi. As night fell, we started to prepare for the potential attack. Yanagi and Enomoto had their firearms readied, and Sasasuka monitored the security cameras that they'd placed in the area. Hey, I don't have a gun, but if there's an emergency, should I have a weapon too? Don't worry about me. Just focus on protecting yourself. Each second felt like an eternity. 10 minutes until the announced time. I held my firearm and gathered my breath. I have a feeling that she's going to get somehow captured or something, and that's how we're going to get to Sadaishi, and that's how we're going to find him, and that's how we're going to wrap this shit up, and we're going to get to our fucking we're going to trigger. And at that moment... What? The patrols are all pulling back. Huh? I looked at the footage next to Sasasuka and saw the police officers frantically leaving the building. Another incident occur elsewhere? Something by Adonis? No, I was intercepting their radio chatter, but nobody said anything like that. Then why... Ah! Suddenly, it seemed like an explosion went off. Violent shaking caused me to lose my balance. He said there was a mole in the police. I wonder if it's like the police chief. It's someone up high enough. You know what I mean? Because he knew that Mikuni was involved. We know it, you know. Blah, blah, blah. But now the police chief's and the higher up and blah, blah, blah. Because I'm wondering if it's someone higher up like Morioka or Minagishi or the police chief that's the mole in the fucking... You know what I mean? Because they all decide to pull back. So did they like run out? Because how would they know that there was a bomb? You know what I mean? What the heck? Like, what the fuck? That's what I would have said. Something exploded on the second floor. Entire floor's on fire. What? There's no evidence of the sensors being tripped. How the hell did they plan it? Sasasuka, can you figure that out? You can figure that out later. Is the fire going up the stairs? Not yet. Seems like they purposely left us a way out. They're trying to smoke us out of the building and get Hoshino. I won't let them. Enomoto, calm down. I'm going first. You prioritize their safety. Yanagi, but... Without being able to stop him, Yanagi leaps outside. But the next instant... Another explosion hit and the building was rocked again. I lost my balance a second time. Hoshino, you okay? Yeah, what was that explosion? Part of the third floor is up in flames. Seems like they specifically set the explosives so the building doesn't collapse. What about Yanagi? I can't get anything from the cameras because of the smoke. The sensor stopped working after the explosion. Setting up explosives while slipping through all those sensors is like... Hey! There's not time to waste! We gotta get out of here! Is like Okazaki. I'm worried about Yanagi, but we're out of options. All three of you, follow me! Enomoto takes the lead and we all head to the stairs. The smoke had spread more than we imagined, and our visibility was poor. We still managed to climb down the stairs despite the uneven footing and headed to the ground floor. Yeah, what exactly... That's interesting. Why would... I mean, it sounds like Okazaki, but it's like, why would he do that? But it sounds like someone on his side. Special for... You know what I'm saying? Like, Okazaki knew where everything was. So that's shady. Everyone's still here? We're almost there. Move! Don't stand still! It's dangerous! So sorry. Hoshino, Seaweed Head, you here? Yes! Stop screwing around at times like this. Keep moving! I can't see them, but hearing their voices and knowing they were all right gave me relief. Everybody hold hands. Yanagi, who went out first, must be safe too. While thinking that, we go down the steps one by one. An explosion nearby knocked my upper body back, and I slipped. I'm falling. I tried to grab it where the railing should be, but I didn't make it in time. With no sense of direction, I fall. But in that instant, someone grabbed my arm. Oh, Sasasuka, thank you. Sasasuka was behind me, so I thought he was the one who helped me out. It's not. It's all of a sudden, When she goes to fall and someone's gonna grab her, I'm like, it's smoky, it's dark, Sadaishi. Sadaishi slipped in, and why would Sadaishi put the bombs in? Why would he do it? But Sadaishi's there. But I don't think Sasuzuka's hand was this large. I inhaled too much smoke. It hurts. Was that Enomoto's voice? I have to respond. We're gonna end here. It's the perfect place to end. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this part up here. And we're gonna find out who kidnapped her. I don't know. It's someone from Adonis, or it could be Sadaishi. Maybe they forced his hand. I don't know, but we'll find out. And I have a feeling we'll actually get to see him, because this is probably going to be where we're going to get our bad ending, or our last that we can do in the path before we get a good ending. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.